It's 7 a.m. and we're in Glendale, Arizona, suburb of Phoenix, getting ready for my ride. This is what I call morning twilight, just before sunrise, my favorite time to get outside. The temperature's in the low 40s, but in about an hour it'll be much nicer, and unfortunately, much more crowded. My first stop is at McDonald's to get some coffee, and you can see I'm wearing my Jaguar hat, which is all I have at this point. I don't drive anymore, and you don't really want me out there, so I'd like to get a self-driving car, and a Jag would be really nice. I think the technology has got to get better, and the price has got to get lower, but I've seen that happen. But don't worry, I'll still be riding the trike. There's a feeling to pedaling around that you can't get inside of a car. Okay, let's ride. This is Sweetwater Park, and you really can't see it in the video, but I'm smiling and waving at everybody I see. And interacting with people, especially strangers, was a goal of mine after my stroke, dealing with aphasia. And if you're not familiar with the term aphasia, and I kind of wish I wasn't, here I have a definition I just looked up on Google. Let's see, it's a disorder that results from damage to portions of the brain that are responsible for language. I suffered some pretty severe brain damage a little over 20 years ago and been working my way back. I had a stroke in my mid-40s, which was, I hate to say it this way, but I was lucky that I was that young when it happened. In fact, I was lucky that I didn't suffer any type of paralysis. I had some issues, but none of it really showed. Well, it showed to the doctors, which always hurt my feelings, but to the average person looking at me, they would have no idea. So after sitting around, eating Kit Kat bars, and generally feeling sorry for myself, I decided to see what I could do. And the biggest challenge was being around strangers who would just look at me and have no idea that there was anything wrong with me. They would see me stagger, and I think they would just think I was drunk. So although I made some great progress that amazed my doctors, strangers just couldn't understand. So I just hid out, staying away from strangers, staying at home for years. Just ordinary walking was and continues to be very difficult for me. So when you see me doing it, I'm putting a lot of concentration into the process, and it's hard for me to acknowledge people, but I learn to. I got an important lesson when I was walking into a building one time to use the bathroom, and just stepping and struggling to find my way, and someone held the door open for me, and I just walked through. To me, I was struggling, but apparently it didn't look like it. They became angry, and I think I hurt their feelings by not acknowledging them, and I had to learn how to do that. And so after that, I said to myself, challenge accepted. I would acknowledge people. And in the process, I found my voice. My aphasia isn't as bad as it used to be, and I've turned strangers into friends. And it's a process that I continue to enjoy, and I'm going to continue doing it until everybody everywhere I go is my friend. And I'm glad that you're here. And if you want to sit there and drink coffee, I'll tell you all about my nuisance problems. But mostly, I just want to ride. Here, I'll stop talking for a little while. The people who see me ride past just about every day really have no idea of my limitations, and I don't really want them to know. I just want them to see a guy riding by on a trike, having fun. And so it's all just a question of where you are in your journey. If you're so self-conscious that you don't even want to get out there and try for fear of what people are thinking, well, then don't worry about what they're thinking. Just get out there and dance like nobody's looking. I was there for many, many years. Well, I never learned to dance, but I had a lot of supportive friends that got me up on my feet. And that's where I was up until a few years ago. I didn't want people to look at me. I felt ashamed and embarrassed, but that's not really who I am. I became a hey look at me person in high school when I was the daring young man on the flying trapeze. Of course, I'm not a teenager anymore and I'll never be able to do those kind of things, but I can still be a hey look at me person. I think I made the transition back to hey look at me a couple years ago, wearing bright colors, riding the trike. And I do like this feeling, getting it back again. Hey, look at me. Well, not right now. I need to stop, make a little break. So, thanks for riding along with me. I'll see you next time.